Good morning, Ghosts. So here I am with the top tips that I wish I knew when I first started playing the game to make your game a little bit better. So starting off with, I want to go straight into the map and actually show you need to really find lieutenants to unlock the intelligence for the map. So if you do find any intel or you find any lieutenants that are rocking about the place, make sure you go and talk to them, because this will unlock all things like skill points, accessory cases, side missions, loads and loads of other stuff that you definitely want to know about. Now generally these guys are going to be at locations which are marked by question marks, so go down to each location and have a look around. It may not be a lieutenant there, but there may be intel there, so have a look. Make sure that you're actually going down to each question marked place and actually having a good look around and seeing if there is either a rebel lieutenant that you can just talk to, or there is an enemy lieutenant where you can actually interrogate him and get a bit of information out of him. Secondly, going into the skills page, so once you start actually getting a load of supplies and skill points and everything, what I would say is make sure you save all your skill points until you're 100% sure what avenue you want to play the game. So if you want to be a run and gunner, you're going to be looking at weapon and physical. If you're going to be looking more like the stealthy approach, then squad and drone are going to be better for you. However, I would say go into the item and make sure you pick up mines. That's tip number 3. Make sure you pick up mines, because this massively helps you on convoy missions. So when you've actually got to stop a convoy so you can tag it for the rebels to come and pick it up, you can actually put a mine down and this will stop the lead vehicle and then they'll stop the whole convoy. Make sure you are using mines. They are very useful. Last but certainly not least, tip number 4 on the map. Once you've unlocked certain points where the rebels take over, you can actually then use them as fast travel points. Make sure you do this, because the map is absolutely huge and you're going to spend ages running around all the time if you don't do this. Make sure you use the fast travel system. It's a very good and quick system to use to get around in a certain area. So although I said the last tip was going to be the last tip for the maps, it's not, I apologise. Tip number 5 is making sure you do side missions. Now these are very rewarding. These give you huge amounts of points that you can use to level up your characters. Make sure you do these. These are the missions that you can unlock by talking to rebel leaders. These will unlock side missions. Keep an eye on your map though, however, because convoy missions do actually periodically come up on the map and start driving around, and then you can actually go off and get them. They're not based missions. They will drive around and they'll come into the area, and then you've just got to go over, take out the accompanying cars and guards with the convoy, and then you've got to just literally tag the supplies for the rebels and you'll get a huge amount of rewards. I promise you this will save you loads and loads of time. Instead of having to run around trying to find supplies to tag them, just do these side missions and you will get a buttload of points that you can use to level up very quickly. So my next tip for the video is make sure any supplies you actually do come across, make sure you tag them up. There are 4 different kinds. You've got gasoline, communications, food and medical. Make sure you tag all these up. Yes, you can earn far more points doing the side missions. However, if you come across something, just spend the 2 seconds to actually tag it, and that will further increase the amount of points you have in that certain area. Okay, so the next tip is when you're going into a hostile area, make sure you use your drone. This is an absolute godsend piece of equipment. Now, I am a runner and gunner. I like going into places and just having a proper good firefight. I'm not all about the stealth or the squad or whatever. I like having a proper good firefight. However, the drone is still so useful in tagging enemies and making sure that no one's going to run out and surprise you, or there's a sniper up in a guard tower somewhere you've completely missed that you're going to get shot on. Like, make sure you use your drone as much as you can. Okay, so the next tip is actually in conjunction with using the drone. Make sure you set up sync shots. Now these are very useful because they take out a lot of enemies very quickly. Now you can actually go through your skills and unlock further sync shots in the squad base tab. I really do recommend you do that, because the opportunity to carry on sneaking into places or actually just take out a few enemies so you haven't got to worry so much about them. So in your drone, or whilst you're actually looking at a place, you can tag all the enemies and then press Q if you're on PC. Now, you'll see a 1 and a 2, so these guys are tagged, however that's as many as I can tag at the moment. Obviously, once you've unlocked all your skills, you can obviously unlock it so you can tag up 3 people. Your guys will not shoot until they are in line. Don't get caught out like I did, where setting up a sync shot doesn't mean they're going to have a good view on them. They need to get into position where they're going to actually shoot them. Once they actually are, they'll tell you that as well, so wait until that command. Once you shoot or you press the order assault button, that is when they'll take the shot. Okay, I kind of fucked it up a little bit there because I've been seen, but it's a very useful skill to use. Very, very useful skill to use. Okay, so the next tip is wall penetration. As you just saw there, I shot the guy through the wall. Now, not all guns will go through the walls, and not all walls will be able to be shot through. It depends on the kind of wall. Obviously, wood and things like that, you can go straight through. Concrete ones like this, like very thin brick, you can get through, but I don't believe you can get through the thicker brick ones. So just bear that in mind. If people are chasing you, you can shoot them through walls, so it's a very good tip to actually use. Okay, so my last tip for this video is actually hunting out and finding and using helicopters to traverse the map. The map is absolutely huge. The best way of getting around it is by helicopter, and they're pretty easy to use in this game actually. So all the controls are in the bottom left there, but you'll get the hang of it after using a helicopter for a couple of minutes. Now, you don't need to worry about waiting for your guys to jump in, because if you just take off, they'll automatically just respawn straight into the helicopter. So those are all my tips for this video, guys. There may be another video because I may come up with a few more tips as well, but thank you very much for watching. I hope some of these have helped you. If they have, please do consider subscribing, as there's loads of Ghost Recon stuff coming out onto this channel, because I am absolutely loving it. Let me know in the comments below what you're actually thinking of the game as well, and if you want to hook up and play a little bit of co-op, let me know, because I'm always on the hunt for co-op buddies. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.